welcome back to another episode of Varsity View. Today we're here with girls volleyball coach, Coach Spencer. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem.
How do you assess players throughout the season?
A lot of things go into assessment with players, but first and foremost, we've been driving with our girls that it's key to be a good teammate on and off the floor, to be super positive in every aspect of play, whether it be practice, game days, on the floor, on the bench, pre-game, on the bus on the way to and from games, and just day-to-day things like that. Obviously, then we go into statistically and playing time, but for the most part, it's really truly who you are as a teammate and how you promote our program.
How do you help the girls to fulfill their academic responsibilities alongside playing volleyball?
That's hard because we've had a super busy schedule this year and we don't have a whole lot of days off, and so I try my best when we're traveling to and from that they get time on the bus, when they get time when they get there, they get time pre-game to work on what they need to do academically before we go and we have to take care of business in the volleyball game.
How do you go about preparing the team for games?
We actually have a pre-game ritual where we go in and we talk about the 4 key points of the other team, and so we'll go through and say these are their 1 or 2 best players, this is the offense they run, this is the defense they run, this is the serve receive they run, and then we talk about what we can do, what we're best at, that puts that team off and where we're able to score the most points. So we talk about that, and then we also do a lot of mental imaging, and so we'll take some downtime before we walk out to warm up to set our minds right for the game.
How do you help your players build confidence on the court?
We're working really hard on that, and I think a lot of that comes from success. And so we saw some success early in the season, and we were able to build a little bit of confidence there. And then when we're not seeing success, how do we still stay confident in our capabilities and our actions? We do a lot of what we see at practice and what we're able to do well at practice, and then how does that translate to a game, and if it doesn't, it will eventually if we keep working on that. And so the mental mindset of we will get there, and how do we get there, and how do we be positive with ourselves and our teammates along the way.
What are some challenges that you face as a high school coach?
I think the biggest challenge is being able to stay focused in on what I'm doing in my classroom, as well as giving everything I have to my program, and we talk a lot about being a whole program, and C team all the way up to varsity, and varsity all the way down to C team, and then how do I build that but still make sure that my English students in my classroom are getting what they need from me too.
What is your ultimate goal while coaching?
I think my ultimate goal is to build whole athletes. I want to make sure that they are leaving our gym as a better teammate, a better human, a strong woman, able to go out and conquer everything that they see for their future. And I think that's my number one job, and our number one job as a coaching staff is to build them up as people and go off into the world as a better human than they were when we got them.
What is one thing that you would like Staley High School to know about you?
Oh gosh. One thing. I don't know. I guess that I feel really welcome to be here, and it's awesome to come up here. I'm not from here. I know nothing about here. Up until a couple weeks ago, I was Google mapping how to get here. And so to be here and to know that I feel so supported and I feel like it's such a great place to be, I'm so excited to be a part of that.
Well, that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for being on our show. We'll see you next week.